On this week's episode of A Beer and a Bet, we chat with Teo Nugent, all things on and off the track. Steph Grantel, she's barred for life, find out why, and Mitch's hopes and dreams for 2024. Of course, we touch on all the upcoming runners for the stable this week, and have we found that elusive beer sponsor? And don't forget the staking plans. That and much, much more on this week's episode of A Beer and a Bet. Yes, hello and welcome to A Beer and a Bet. This week we have none other than Teo Nugent joining us down there from, it looks like a sunny Melbourne, and of course Mitch Beer in Kembla Grange. G'day, Teo.
Hey, lads, how we going?
Doing good. What beer you have to pay you to get on the show this week?
Yeah. No, you said it a bit there. We ride the good horse down to Flemington.
What about him? I texted him and said, "You're right to do the podcast." He said, "Give me 5 minutes. I'll just dart down out to a paddock and grab a rug, so it looks like I'm doing something." We all know what you jockeys are like.
Gotta love it. So, Teo, talk us through what's been happening of late. Any winners for you, mate?
Yeah, look, I'm lucky enough to have Mitch's sister Ash Beer do my ride. She's done me since I started, and she sends me anywhere she possibly can. And look, we're have saddle will travel, but yeah, there's been a few winners pop up recently, and back riding one of my faves, Old Bellator for Robbie Hickmott Saturday in town, and I've got another 5 rides on the day, so hopefully a bit of luck, and see how we go.
Obviously, the reason we got you on, Beery, big news breaking in the Mitch Beer stable, jockey booking for the Big M.
Well, mate, this is bigger than a press release on Twitter. So, yeah, great to team up with Teo again. He's 1 for 1 on the old fella. When we took him down to Ballarat on what was possibly the most miserable, horrendous day that they've ever run a race meeting, and that says a lot for Ballarat. But rain was coming in that bad, they lost complete audio, and I didn't realise that they'd run the race till they were at the top of the straight, and Teo pulled him off heels and said, "Where you go?" No caller, but they still paid out the same, which was terrific. So yeah, it's good to get them back both together.
No caller, but I believe the great Bruce McAvaney called that race. Teo, was that obviously you've caught that footage quite a few times. It's got to be a nice little moment.
Yeah, obviously we had no idea when we were out in the race, but look, to come back and ask a couple of boys, said who actually called that race, and no one had any idea. But no, it was pretty funny, and look, it was absolutely a miserable day. It was raining flat out, and he seemed to thrive in it. All his wet form's unreal, and it's quite funny. You go back probably a month ago, you read on Twitter he was retired, and he comes out and wins the listed race since. So a good training performance there by Mitchie.
It's a bit of smoke and mirrors there, Barry.
Well, never underestimate me. Just a little bit of putting a bit of mayo on a story to get a better price next up wouldn't be something that a racehorse trainer does. Hey, for those that don't know, I mean, not that you've had more media attention than Winks lately about running a spelling farm, Jesus, but you're out there. You look like one of the bandits from Home Alone, but you're actually working, doing a bit. For those that don't know, you've now started to see the other side, and you got a farm down in Pakenham with doing spellers. And how's that working out, mate? You realise it's not all fun and games just riding them.
No, we wake up and surrounded by horses every day. But look, the days like this when the sun's out, it's quite nice. It's still chilly. It's probably not even quite 12 degrees. But no, it's good. We're coming up 2 years. We've been running the farm, my partner Claire and I, and it's great. We've got some good clients behind us. Cliffy Brown, Johnny Maloney, Reese Goodwin, Dean Bernays. There's some good trainers there, and they're probably some of the easy ones to deal with. We don't tend to have too much trouble as long as they pay their bills. But look, it's good. It took us a while to get our heads around. Like, we come from the city, and I grew up on a farm back in Warrnambool, and I always wanted to buy one. Eventually, having grown up, and Dad used to train and all that. But this one come available, and it's been great since we've been out on the farm. Yeah.
What's the next 10 years look like for Teo Nugent? Spelling farm, riding Group 1 winners. What's next?
Yeah, definitely another couple of Group 1 winners would be nice to add to the belt. It's been a little while since the Oakleigh Plate, but looking forward to the next Group 1, and wouldn't mind buying the farm just behind me. There's one over here across the road. Got my eye on that one, and keep expanding.
Mate, you're feeding out in a ute better than I drive. I think you're traveling all right there, mate. I think you're traveling all right. And bit of news recently on the personal front, mate. You've locked a good partner away with with a ring on the finger. So there's a wedding to pay for. There's nothing better than a hungry jockey that knows that there's a lot of cash going out soon. So as soon as I saw that you got engaged, I just couldn't wait to book you for a couple of rides because I know you've probably never been riding this keenly since you were an apprentice.
Yeah, no, that's right, Mitchy. We tied her down. I think we've been together probably 6 years now, and tied her down with a nice little ring, and went away to Thailand, and we're away for about 6 nights, and come back and hit the ground running. A couple of winners in a couple of days was good, and Ash was doing her job, sending me to the right places. So now we've got a wedding to pay for. In 12 months' time, we'll jet away to Greece and make the most of it.
I'll tell you what, Theo, enjoy it while you can, mate, because you're only at the first step. This is the engagement ring. You got the wedding ring and then the sufferings soon after. So it won't be long, pal. Hey, speaking of down there at Pakenham, Reese Goodwin's got a good one called Lovely Cut. Have you seen that one go around at all?
Lovely cut. The name rings a bell. I'm terrible with trying to put them towards horses' faces, but my partner Claire would definitely be able to tell us.
If you see him, just ask him about it. He's very, very nervous.
Yeah.
When I asked Theo about doing this, I said, I'd do it with Mick Gannis. Like, is he that guy that does Reese Goodwin's form? And I'm like, I didn't know whether to say yes or no because I wanted him to come on the show.
No, absolutely not. That's Lewis Willoughby, Sky Channel's very own Lewis Willoughby. But look, when Louis doing a bad job, I like to give him an uppercut and let him know. And then when he can't get it right, Reese does send in a call, and I send him an invoice. But hey, good stuff, Theo. Good few rides you've got on the weekend. You mentioned Bell Toro. There's plenty of others here. You got one Untouchable Legend as well. What's your best of those at Caulfield?
Yeah, looking forward to the ride of horses. We've only had one other ride for him out in the country in Echuca, and it'd be good to team up with the Hawks team in Caulfield. Horse comes down from Rose Hill, so looking forward to that. Down in the weights, be a chance. It's drawn okay, but I'd have to put Beltor on top. He's rock hard fit now. He's out to 2,000 finally, and the way he's been running, he just needs every little bit of luck he can get, and I'm sure he'll be there in the finish. But I think down the weights for him, he's a big chance. And as I said,
Aubrey Cup winning Beltoro, mate. They don't give them away.
No, it was another rotten day. It looked like it was nothing but rain, and he got through it well. So no, that you earn your stripes to win one of them.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I love that. Mate. Hey, Flemington next, not this Saturday, Saturday after. The Big M gets the job done. Beery's down there, charging down there to grab the horse. Where are we going post-race after we get the win?
What's around? Mahjong does a beautiful dinner. Maxie runs the show there.
I'll give you 100 to get a Palmer at the Pakenham Royal Hotel on the way home. You got horses.
That was Garfield Hotel.
Yeah, you got horses to feed, mate. Welcome to my life.
Yeah, we'll be there, rugging up.
And the 100 will be, in a fortnight when they pay out.
in Bob's bonus vouchers.
Yeah, Bob's double up.
So at least 100 really too.
Good stuff.
Beautiful,
right, mate. Thanks for coming on, and we'll see you Saturday week.
Good as gold. Thanks for having me on, lads.
There he is, Theo Nugent. Who'll be aboard? Well, how do you pronounce it, Ali Mosley? What was it? The Nemeth?
It's like the banana boat song.
You know what? I'm glad she's become well known for getting it wrong, because I just like to call him the Big M, because sometimes it just gets a little all too confusing for Menmouth or Nemeth or whatever you want to pronounce him, as long as he wins. Hey, mate, what beer have you got this week? Looks like a Great Northern.
Mate, I've just on the absolute tap water of beers, because, it's nothing fancy. It's reliable. It's not like a Balinese tap water, but
like last week,
it's just there. It's just there all the time. It never tastes any different. The Irish boys that live with me aren't massive fans of the Great Northern, so it doesn't get rated as heavily if you're buying something else. So
strong play.
It's always just like milk. It's just always just there in the fridge.
Love it. I got the Captain Sensible from Bolter. Feel free, Bolter, if you want to jump on as a sponsor. Don't mind that. Go pick up the kids from school.
Does
in 20
Tommy
minutes.
Berry still have a brewery?
There you go.
We could get
St Andrews
involved.
Beach. Yeah.
That's it.
Send him a text. Tell him he's got 11 minutes before the end of this episode to get back, and we'll lock him in. Hey, I'll tell you what, a couple of horses went around for us last week. Network Error being one. So Graceful and Vegas Dream. I think they'll all be winning a race soon. What are your thoughts on those horses?
I thought Saturday was so shit. It was such a leveler. I was so pumped. I woke up about 10 past 3. I looked at the rain radar and was just hammering down in Randwick. And I leapt out of bed. I didn't even need a coffee. I was steaming. um, Put on my suit, drove November Falls up Mount Ousley. Race got called off. Drove back down Mount Ousley. Took off the suit. Put on the Newcastle suit, the jeans and the hoodie, and went there. We drew one. We were chips in Vegas Dream. We're all about him. Drew one, rail out 11, and they'll come down the outside fence, and everything was just swooping and winning. So it was absolutely cast. I thought the horse ran well, but just couldn't win with that track pattern. So he's one to follow. But it was a very somber day, very somber day.
Just another way to get beat in the great game that is racing. Yeah, everything lines up and you can't go around. And then, of course, you think you've got everything lined up at Newcastle and not a horse can lead, win, or be along the rail. That's the great game we play. Network Air will go around soon. So Graceful. So very keen those. Hey, just a reminder, if you are listening on the Vimeo or you're watching us, you can get us on Spotify as well now. So big shout out to Steph behind the scenes. I got 3 emails midweek, a text message and 2 emails saying how good Steph was and we want her as a permanent fixture.
She's banned.
But she's barred because she tipped a winner and we can't
just come on here and waltz onto this little podcast and just make us look like absolute fools. Just comes on here sipping her white wine. I got about 5 texts. I drink that wine, this and that. Nah, she's got life. We might get her on later in the year as a small cameo, but I thought what she did to us was nothing short of disgusting, appalling behaviour from Steph.
Far too good. Just a Group 1 operator, well and truly out of a grade in Benchmark 58 company here. Well, let's go to Open Day. Big Open Day at your joint soon.
Yeah, I mean, the stable's still very new, and we've finally got we've got our walkers in and everything's sort of done. So I'm finally happy to let people come in and see it's not a construction site anymore.
Get those Irish boys to clean the bathrooms and mow the lawn.
Yeah, mate, I'm flat getting him to clean the boxes. But we will looking around that first week of August. We're going to do a bit of an open day season launch and get everyone down. So yeah, keep that sort of first weekend of August free, and we'll love to have everyone get down, see their horses, bit of spring in the air. And we're looking forward to, next year being our first full season here at Kembla and as a provincial sort of stable. So, yeah, we're absolutely pumped for it.
Good stuff. Hopefully have some St Andrews Beach Brewery beers there and a couple of snags, no doubt. There'll be a nice little afternoon down there at Mitch Beer Racing. Hey, we're on a mission for 2024, and that mission is...
Mate, we've got to get it. We've got to get a nice stayer. It's been just giving me the shits watching all these, staying races worth a heap of money and barely anything going around. I think, as I said a few months ago, we've got to really work on getting a nice staying horse, whether that be, through New Zealand or maybe Europe or something. But yeah, we're old Greg. I mean, he's going good, but we need old Greg plus 20 rate benchmark points. I just think there's so many staying races. If you can run that benchmark 72, benchmark 78 above, it's just insane. So I mean, hopefully November Falls on Saturday can get to 18, run a strong 18. But even her, she's gone from running at the provincials to 2 midway seconds. She's $10 in a $160,000 1,800 meter race on Saturday. She might not win, but she'll be thereabouts. But she's going to win one of those. As soon as you can get past a mile, I think things just fall in a hole, and you're racing for so much money.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. I think we share the same sentiment there. I think if anyone is interested in coming along that journey with us as well, we're not sure when it's going to be or when the right horse will appear. But when it does, make sure you shoot an email.
Yeah. We're just I mean, I've been shopped a heap of tried horses lately, and I've just said thanks but no thanks because I really just want to hold out. But by the end of the year, we've got to find a nice day. That's our mission number one
Good
for the
stuff.
stable is to land one of those.
Well, make sure you send an email across to Mitch at Mitch Beer Racing. Let us know that if you're keen on getting involved in a stayer, and we'll let you know as soon as we find one. Races looking ahead, Maruya, not a quiet day for you down there tomorrow at Maruya. Puzzler, Hurricane Thunder, Persista, and Reward with a Rose. All there accepted for the races down there at Maruya, heading down there with all four of them.
Going to scratch the two that are drawn terribly. So we'll just head down with Puzzler, who could be a massive improver tomorrow. She got back first up over 900, copped a heap of kickback in her face and never really went till she got room. So she could be a big improver. Reward with the Rose was terrific first up, winning. Good natural improvement for her. Always hard to win your maiden and win your next one. Probably Puzzler would be the value there, I'd think. And then we kick on to Saturday.
Yep, Rose Hill, November Falls. I think she's a huge chance. Lands on speed. Alicia Collett, 54 kilos. Yes, there's a couple of horses here. Franz Joseph's clearly the best horse in the race. There's no doubt about that. But that 1,800 meter starts very tricky there at Rose Hill. It's a short run to that first turn. Of course, we need a couple of horses to come out for November Falls to get a start, but I think that's probably likely. And mate, how's she going? She doing well?
Yeah, I was just heartbroken. When she came out, to have a $2.20 chance on a Saturday and the races get called off is a bit grim. But stronger race this week. But I think 1,800 is great for her. She's working well. She's won over 2,000 before, gets in great at the weights. A lot of these horses are really nice. Like they're good European imports, but we have fitness and we've got no weight, and that's a massive advantage, especially if that track still stays in that soft range. So I think she'll look the winner at the top of the straight, and we'll see how long she can hang on for. But we're getting a really decent price, each way price about her, and I think I'll be disappointed if she doesn't run the first four.
Good stuff. And Scone on Tuesday, a couple nominated there before we have a look at Kembla Grange on Thursday. Matt Warning, of course, goes around later this afternoon, but Zipperless, Hurricane Thunder, Order to Charge, Network Error, and Persista. That's Scone.
Yeah, quite a few of them will run. I think Persista and Network Error are really good chances in the maiden 12. Network Error's figures were great out of Queen in the end. Not often you say that, but it was a solid first run for her. Zipperless, his starter was very good. Out of Hawkesbury, so he's a good chance going there. A bit of rain kick around, so again, weather will be a bit decided, but an Order to Charge, especially if that rain comes out to a mile, provincial only, big track like Scone, he's rock hard fit. Mitch takes the 3 kilos off again, so yeah, be driving there full of confidence, especially if they get that rain over the weekend.
Yep, should be good. Looking forward to that, and some promising types going around the trials for you at Warwick Farm on, is that Wednesday? Monday?
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah. I wouldn't be I don't think I'd be very good. I haven't played much poker, but I wouldn't be very good at it because I reckon I was refreshing and pacing up and down just for the trial acceptances to come out this morning. So yeah, I think I rang Ryan, who books our rides, and I reckon I rang him 5 times a day out of this. I'm in the stable, so it's just so exciting. I can't tell you how excited I am about these 2-year-olds that are coming through now. Are the nicest crop of horses that we've had, and then the ones below them. But these ones that we've gone out, and they're not tried horses. They're not horses that have been sent to us with problems. They're horses that Steph and I have put a lot of time and effort and to source, and they're really, I'm just really pumped about a lot of them. Lightly Sparkled's already trialled very well. She's come back and improved. Done with Yolu's Sleepover. He's an unraced done deal. He could be a really nice horse. There'll be, he's in an electric trial, but yeah, really, really nice prospect. And Salonius, a little Kiwi horse that we picked up for the Patriot Boys. He's been going good, and I think he'll be able to measure up and go through his grades. So yeah, 3 really nice horses that I think can really go on with the job after the trials on Monday.
Perfect. We'll keep an eye on those, and big day for you at Kembla on a Thursday. It's going to be a very heavy track, I'd say. Plenty of rain forecast down the eastern seaboard there. You got a couple of horses that might be going that way. Scissor Timbers, Highballer, two there, to name a few others that might be there, but they're probably the main two.
Yeah, yep, they're heading in that direction. Maybe Order to Charge will head that way as well. But yeah, Highball was terrific first up.
Enormous. Wasn't
Yeah,
wasn't he good?
yeah, it goes to a mile and we'll probably strike another heavy track. And through your data, I think that Sesame Timbers, like we've sent him to the Water Walker. He's fresh, he's well. I'm like, probably need to give this horse a little jump at or a trial next week. And then I looked at a class 1,000 at Kembla, probably on a heavy track. And the times he ran over 1,400 the other day was insane, and he's fresh from that. So I think the idea was to come back and go to 12, but I think how fresh and well he is, instead of jumping out and trialing him, he could go very well here in a class 1,000. But we'll see what the weather does. But he's returned super. He'll be winning more races this prep.
Gotta love that. A heavy thousand is going to feel like at least 1,200 out there on Thursday at Kembla Grange. Hey, horse of the week, horse we want to focus on. There's only 10% left in the Written Tycoon colt, is it?
Filly.
My apologies.
Yes.
Yep.
No, she looks like a colt, but she's like the stallions. Just every time you say the stallion couldn't be going any better, he just goes better. Like Peter Moody produced one at Sale yesterday, having its first start that looks like an absolute star. Led all the way. Filly from Magic Millions. She's been broken in, gone to the paddock, just come back. We had her fully done, and someone sort of just sort of fell over at the last minute. So there's been 10% become available on her out of a stakes winning Schnitzel mare. So as far as pedigree gets, there's not many better bred horses walking in the front door here. So pumped to have her back in work in about 2 or 3 weeks' time.
Good stuff, Steph at mitchbeerracing.com.au if you want to get involved and snap up that last 10%. I'm pretty sure it won't be there for too long. Beery, it's this time. Unfortunately, Vegas, you did your dough last week. We'll have an updated staking plan coming up on the screen shortly. And November falls, I got my money back. But when you take,
and we won't be having a staking plan from Steph Grentel on the screen either, because she's had her bet. We've received the messages, the text, and the emails and the phone calls. Someone almost sent a carrier pigeon to let us know that Steph tipped the winner. We know.
Yeah, we got it.
They weren't even across the line, and Steph was on the text. So bit of bravado there from her. But
I'll tell you what makes it worse. I was on the second horse as well. So too good, Steph.
I think that I've got to have $25 each way on November Falls.
Yep.
But I'll be having 50 on Order to Charge on Tuesday if he goes to Sky.
Love it. I will have $50 to win November Falls because, I think she'll win.
You don't like to bet to lose.
Exactly. And $50 on Order to Charge as well, because I think Mitch Stableford will take 3 kilos, go forward and absolutely dictate terms again. Jockey on the rise, and I can't wait to see that horse hopefully make it 2 from 2. Oh, well, there it is, an episode of A Beer and a Bet.
I think we're going to have to start writing down our tips and holding them up, because I can't help but feel that you've just followed me in there. Man in form, such as myself. I'm here every morning. I'm seeing him, and you've just gone copy paste.
Yep, no, you're spot on. Yeah. Well, I'll be ahead by the end of the week anyway. Hey, what do you give that beer out of 10, by the way? And you don't upset them because they could be a sponsor one day.
Yeah, it's just like water off a duck's back. Like I drink that much Great Northern, it's like you're not even having a beer. So, yeah, listen, I'll just give it a 5. It's like air, milk, and water. It's just a staple. It's just an absolute staple.
No St Andrews Beach, which is a clear 10, but we'll go with the Baltic Captain Sensible. We'll get a little 7.5.
Yeah, it's a good beer.
Before a school pickup on a Thursday afternoon. Hey, that's A Beer and a Bet, episode 4. Make sure you download the episode on Spotify, share it on socials. We will definitely appreciate all of that. And keep sending in your questions. We didn't get to them this week. We did have a lot. We will get to all your questions next week, and keep sending through your suggestions of guests. What do you reckon, Beery? That'll do?
That'll do. Beautiful. I'm going to make the feeds.
Bye for now.